95% of life events are predictable, normal occurrences. Araw-araw, weekly, monthly, etc. Example, in a normal day, you'd have your breakfast, lunch, dinner, work in between, and then everything else. Yan yung tinatawag na normal distribution sa probability at statistics. Pero, meron pa rin yung 5% chance na merong beyond the ordinary event na mangyayari. At sometimes, even yung mga very extreme na possibility, yun yung nagiging reality. These events are what we commonly call emergencies. So, since emergency, di siya normal na event, unexpected financial needs arise. Pero, kung advance ka mag-isip, then paglalaanan mo na yan. Kaya may tinatawag tayo na emergency fund. It's a way of thinking and therefore acting. Psychology yan, di ba? That's why if you stick around in this video, I'll have a bonus point later on money psychology. Why create an emergency fund? Mas maganda kasi yung takbo ng buhay, di ba? Pag ikaw yung nagde-drive, ikaw yung captain ng ship. Kaysa sa yung dala ka lang ng kung saan ang daloy ng dagat o dito na naman ngayon, tapos dito na naman ngayon, wala kang direction. Pero, kung meron ka emergency fund, meron kang confidence to make decisions even if the situation is difficult. Hindi ka magko-compromise kasi hindi ka kasi desperate, hindi ka kasi ipit. Kaya, importante talaga na meron kang emergency fund kasi, like I said earlier, 95%, oo, yeah, normal, pero meron talagang mga events in life that would push you a little bit. And if you do this work, then you'll be more prepared and more capable to stand your ground. Guys, di ko sinasabi na sa pera kayo mag-trust kasi hindi yun ang point. What I'm saying is, you put your trust in God, but you be a good steward of the resources that He is supplying to you. And one way to do this is by building your emergency fund. Knowing na si God din ang nag-supply nun, di ba? Guys, if you're vibing with this, malaking tulong yung pag-like ng video, tsaka comment din kung meron kayo gusto pag-usapan sa next na video. So how do you successfully build your emergency fund? First of all, you need to define your own rules. What constitutes an emergency? Is it 11/11? Is it sale, a 3-day sale sa mall? No, that's not an emergency. That's a shopping emergency. And you use your shopping fund for that. Let me offer this quick list as a kind of a measure of what constitutes an emergency, at least in my opinion. Number 1, medical needs. Only trips to the ER, not scheduled medical needs. Kasi yung mga trips to the ER, yun yung parang unpredictable na things na biglang merong occurrence tapos kailangan nyo mag-rush sa ER. Okay, that's an emergency. Number 2, transportation breakdown. So if you have a vehicle, if you're managing a car, then it's vital to your daily needs, diba? So dapat it should be up and running, and if it suddenly breaks down, you need to get it fixed quickly. That's an emergency. Number 3, your work equipment. Of course, you need to be able to function sa yung work. Hindi pwede na you will be out of commission for a very long time. So if your equipment malfunctions sa work mo, kailangan mo agad ma-replace ito, and that constitutes an emergency in my opinion. Finally, job loss. If nawalan ka ng trabaho, you need to be able to transition with your expenses until you find your next way of making income. So to me, yun yung basic list of emergencies. Meron ka ding shopping fund, travel fund, and whatever else na hobby mo na fund, no? Na meron mga video sa internet na nagsasabi na parang, okay, 50% expenses, 20% rent, 10% this and that savings. I disagree with those kasi it's not a hard and fast rule. What I would recommend is that you create your own rule for yourself. Bakit? Kasi ikaw lang yung nakaintindi ng situation mo. Ikaw lang yung nakaintindi kung magkano yung ginagastos mo at saka magkano yung income mo. So you don't necessarily need to follow those ratios kasi baka ang kaya mo lang is 95-5 o 95% expenses. 5% lang talaga yung matatabi ko ngayon. Why? Because sa mahal, ang mahal ng bilihin, at saka ito yung kaya mo lang sa income mo sa ngayon. I'm not saying that you stay there. I'm saying you grow and you outgrow that. But for now, be real. So yun yung rule mo. Stick to that. And then dumating ka dun sa point na 90% ginagamit mo na sa investments and luxury and leisure. 10% lang kasi yung kailangan mo for your basic needs. O diba, mapapasana all na lang kaming lahat. Alright, so I said earlier in this video that I had a bonus point on money psychology. Let me tell you about this concept called the money container. Imagine nyo guys, mineral water, 1 liter. Gaano kadaming tubig kaya nun? Diba, 1 litro lang din ang tubig. So, ihalin tulad natin sa pera, money container. sabihin natin yung 1 litro ng tubig is 10,000 pesos. So kung ganun yung money container mo, 10,000 pesos, yun lang din yung kaya mong i-handle at any given point in time. If lalampas na siya sa 1 litro ng tubig, di ba ano mangyayari? Magfo-flow yun. Or dahan-dahan, mabubutas yung lalagyan hanggang sa magtutulo and everything. Kasi hindi pa nag-grow yung money container. Okay, so this is like a kind of an advanced concept in terms of money psychology, but I'm sure you can handle it or you can at least grow it in your mind also na gaano kalaki yung kaya ko sa ngayon and paano ko to siya mag-grow. And the only way you can do it is by growing it little by little. No, dahan-dahan, konting 5%, 10%, tapos let it sit for a month or two. Slowly but surely, lalaki at lalaki ang money container mo. Lalaki yung capacity mo for that energy, that responsibility. It may be overwhelming, but take heart because money that you grow or gather little by little grows. Okay? Imagine mo yung grasshopper and ant story, di ba? Dadaan lang naman nagsisave yung ant. So what is my suggestion? What is my recommendation? Just create some simple emergency fund milestones. What does that mean? Milestone number 1, let's say 25% of your monthly expenses na build mo dun sa emergency fund. If you're spending like 30K a month, for example, alam mo na, aware ka na okay, 30K a month talaga yung expenses ko sa ngayon. So my first emergency fund milestone would be 25% of that, which is 7,500? Yeah, 7,500. And then, milestone number 2, 50%. O, 15K. Yan na yung emergency fund mo. It doesn't have to be like 1 month right away. You don't have to go crazy on the pressure, but at least you're slowly and gradually building this emergency fund through time. And then, milestone number 3. Okay, 1 month worth of expenses, 30K. O, diba? Tapos 4. Milestone number 4 would be 2 months worth of expenses. Milestone number 5 would be 3 months worth of expenses. Milestone number 6, 6 months na worth of expenses. So, bali kung 30K, 180K na yon. Tapos, milestone number 7 is, yun namang, naka 12 months ka na worth of expenses. That's super solid. I'd say, in between 6 to 12 months, you're pretty solid already. You can handle most of life's emergencies, mga simple na not critical, not crazy emergencies. Kaya mo na yan ma-handle with the 6 to 12 months worth na emergency fund. Bonus na lang, no, kung kaya mo talaga na i-push mo siya to 2 years, like 24 months worth of kung sa 30K ang basis natin na monthly expenses, that's 720K. I wouldn't recommend it anymore kasi sayang na yung pera doon. You can invest it somewhere else. Pero, of course, that's up to you. If you just wanna let it sit there for a while, then so be it, diba? At least may option ka na. If you wanna move it, great. Versus having no options. Guys, if you like this stuff, consider subscribing. It's the only way I can continue growing and giving you the best content. So, what are the methods? How? Where are you gonna put your emergency fund? These are like a couple of suggestions that I can offer you. Number 1, high-interest bank accounts. Not just any high-interest bank accounts. I would say, mas maganda yung meron siyang mga sub-pockets. That's why my top 3 here in the Philippines are number 1, GoTime, number 2, C-Bank, and number 3, Maya. In order of my recommendation, gusto ko yung GoTime kasi meron siyang isang wallet tapos meron siyang savings account na merong naka-divide into 5 sub-accounts. So, ito yung wallet mo, yun yung nakakonect dun sa debit card mo. Pero you can transfer from your wallet to your savings account. Tapos yung savings account mo, naka-subdivide siya into 5, right? So, you can name it your emergency fund, you can name it your savings, your travel, and so on and so forth kung ano yung mga purposes na gusto mo i-assign dun sa mga sub-accounts mo. Pero maganda yun kasi hindi mo na may mix yung money mo. Tapos, all the while, they're earning 4% per annum. Dati 5%, tapos binabaan nila to 4%. Hopefully, they increase it again. But I'm happy with the 4% versus like not earning anywhere else. It's kung i-compare mo sa ibang investment, of course, the other investments are more risky, but they also have more potential to earn more for you. And I'm not saying you put all your money in like high interest savings bank accounts. You need to learn how to diversify and we'll talk about that later. Pero yun yung first ko na recommendation. Yung C-Bank naman, maganda din siya pero isa lang yung wallet niya. Ang gusto ko lang sa kanya is kasi may discount siya sa load. And yung Maya, yung third naman, hindi ko masyado siya trip kasi madami siyang mga pakulo para lang maka-earn ka ng interest. Kailangan mo magasto ng ganito, kailangan mo magasto ng ganito. So, it makes me jump through so many hoops just to get what I want, which I don't like. I would rather just put it in GoTime wherein there's no frills. Tapos, libre pa. May 3 transfer ka every week na libre. So, I'm trying to save as much money as I can. So, I'm gonna use GoTime for most of my transactions. My next recommendation is lagay nyo sa UITF yung ibang emergency fund nyo, some money market, some fixed income, and perhaps some local equities. Depende sa risk profile nyo. Kung medyo risk-friendly kayo, kaya nyo maghanda ng konting risk, then mas mapag-grow nyo ng konti yung emergency fund nyo. Just ask for guidance from a local na UITF certified salesperson so you know kung ano yung bagay sa inyo. And last idea, bonus for your emergency fund. Eventually, pag medyo pro na kayo, 'di ba? Pwede nyo na din idagdag yung mga credit card nyo dun sa inyong emergency use. It requires a different kind of mindset and a different kind of discipline. Pero yung credit card can help you stretch your finances for a few days, no? Ranging from 30 to 60 days. Mas stretch nyo yung finances nyo without it affecting you negatively as long as you pay the total outstanding para wala kayong interest charges. Sum it all up, emergency fund, you go back to your own rules, creating your own rules, and building it little by little. Celebrate your milestones, pat yourself on the shoulder, appreciate, but what it gives you, that confidence and that ability to make good decisions even if medyo ipit ka sa situation, that's quite valuable. That's why I encourage you to do it. Alright, that's about it for emergency funds for now. Thank you so much for hanging out today, guys. I appreciate you, appreciate your time. God bless your journey towards a wealthier future inside and out. And I'll see you in the next video.